It's Brigitte Parvin here with Studio B Yoga in Auburn, California. I'm here with my dear friend Karen Barbarick. As we're getting ready for our teachers training in June, there's a couple of more questions that I would like to ask you.
Oh boy.
With all of the different yogas that there are, what makes yoga universal?
Well, that's a good question. What makes yoga universal? Well, I would have to say one of the main things about yoga that is probably more on a spiritual side, a universal philosophy that it embraces all the different cultures and all the different people and all the different understandings of the world, would be its outline for living a virtuous life. You know, living a life with less density or heaviness and more in alignment or coherent. Coherency is this popular word these days, between your heart and your thinking. So I would say that's universal. Universal meaning that you don't need to belong to any sect. It's just basically a way to live your life. And we will be working a lot with Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, the 8 limbs of yoga. And basically what that is, the do's and the don'ts. It's just a map on how to live like a happy, healthy, and holy life. Really a virtuous life. Righteous, not just a righteousness type of lifestyle, but just living right. One of my teachers always says we need to learn how to be better animals.
Oh, very good.
We live so unnaturally.
Yes.
And so with the yamas and the niyamas and the asana and the pranayama and the different forms of meditation, it's a really wonderful map that teaches us, okay, so we break habits, because these habits, like violence, for example, it's not good to be violent on ourselves or to our families or our friends or to the earth. But once we start taking these habits out, we need to put something in. Okay, so then those are the niyamas. So you have the things, don't do those things anymore, but now what do we do with that time?
Yes.
So it's a map. It really gives us a very cohesive structure. And then we are fiery by nature. So we want to move and do things and talk about things and debate things and eat hot food. And, there's all this like movement of fire as a human, our intellect, right? So in our asana practice, it teaches us how to work with that fire in a small space. So that's why we do our asana, and then we need to breathe to be alive, right? And the better oxygen in our bloodstream, the more oxygen in our bloodstream, then of course the more awake and alert we're going to be. So that's our pranayama, and then the different stages of meditation. And if you are a meditator, if you've ever meditated, you know that sometimes you get these like really great hallucinations. You start seeing all kinds of really fantastic things, and that's kind of appealing, but then that goes away. And then we get into these moments where our heart starts opening up, and then, maybe that goes away until we get to this place where it's just so quiet and still that you don't realize you've stepped into this point. It's called samadhi, or shunya, the 0 point, where it's just nothing. It's empty. And that's where the most amount of change in our body and our mind and our spirit can happen, because everything, the cells in our body, everything in our body gets a break.
Wow, this sounds so amazing.
And we're going to have a direct experience of this. So at some point during the training, I hate to make guarantees, but I kind of want to. Yes. I guarantee you will have a direct experience of something greater than yourself, something bigger than yourself, a larger understanding of this universe and what we're here for and what we're doing on planet Earth as human beings. We are a bit of a human experiment, right?
Yes.
And so this is going to be a little bit of an experiment.
It sounds wonderful.
A healthy one.
Good. I know this, just from what you're sharing, this is complete opposite of what our world is based on. And so this is getting back to our being.
It is.
I love that.
And being is just, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's like taking the identities down.
Yes.
You know, like all these things that are on our business card or we call ourselves or think we are, and, you know, all of our need for, you know, the monetary pleasures in the world or the things that are fun that we want to keep moving toward, and just getting down to the joy that doesn't go away. It's from being.
Yes. Sounds wonderful.
I hope that answered your question.
It does.
Yay!
It does. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Well, I would like to add that the early registration ends in April, so please get online to the bendingbladeyoga.com and get on that yoga teacher page, fill out the application, or give me a call, give Brigitte a call. But it's time to step up and really make that commitment as we're making the commitment, and we have a really great program set. So I hope you do that.
Yes. And if they do register in April, is there a bonus?
There is a bonus. You get $200 off the training program, and if you bring a buddy, we're really into the buddy system, then each person will get another $100 off the program.
I love that. The $200 for me would go towards yoga clothes.
Yes, and there's some great yoga clothes here. I noticed that the Tibetan monks brought, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so you'll have to check that out. Is that where we got our stuff from? We got a match today.
I know.